So namaste. Welcome to Spirit and Motion Yoga's weekly meditation. And today I thought we would start with a pranayama practice. And prana, of course, refers to our life energy or the energy that is connected to or rides the breath. And yama is sometimes translated as restraint or control. I like to think of it more as a flow and being able to direct the flow of breath and energy in our body. And a pranayama practice can be used either as a standalone practice, which is great because anytime we pay attention to the breath, it helps to calm our mind and soothe the nervous system. But it's also a wonderful way to begin our meditation practice, to just let go of the busyness of the day and to start to really focus on the miracle of the breath and what it points to. So I invite you to get yourself comfortable, whether you're sitting in a chair or on a cushion. If you're sitting in a chair, it's always good to have your feet resting and grounded to the earth. And just making sure that you feel like you can sit up tall, like you're not having to kind of slouch and curl into yourself. So that sense of lengthening the spine without being overly rigid or uncomfortable. So I'm going to begin with 3 sounds of the bell. This bell, the sound that invites us to come home to our true self, away from the usual busyness of our outer lives. So settling into your seat and your cushion, just having a sense of settling into the earth, settling into the ground, knowing that we are held and supported in this practice in ways that we truly do not fully understand. And bring awareness to the quiet rhythm of your breath, the breathing in and the breathing out. And feeling that sense of movement and vitality. The expansion of the in-breath and that sense of settling and softening on the out-breath. You may want to focus your awareness on the feeling of the breath in your belly, in your abdomen. Grounds the breath deep into our being. Returns us to our center, to our core. And so as you breathe in, Feeling the belly gently expand. As you breathe out, the belly gently softens and releases. There's no force, no strain. Just this natural sense of expansion on the inhale, softening and settling on the exhale. Being aware of any tension in your body that you could release and soften as well, maybe in your face or your shoulders. Trusting in these practices. And so it's always good to just connect to the natural breath as we've been doing before we move into any sense of directing the breath or counting the breath as we're going to do today. So our practice today is called Samavriti Pranayam. And Sama means same, and Riti is the action or the wave. So it means it's sometimes translated as same action or equal action breath. And so we give equal time and attention to both the inhale and the exhale. It's a very balancing breath, balances and soothes our nervous system. And to help us balance the inhale and the exhale, we add a silent count in our mind. We're going to start with a count of 4. So we'll be counting to 4 as we breathe in, and then counting to 4 as we breathe out. And I'll guide you through the first few rounds and count them out loud for you. And then I'll let you settle into your own rhythm, and you might find that maybe you could count to 5 or 6 or even longer, depending on how comfortable you are with your breath. So we'll begin with a cleansing breath, which is a deeper breath. We'll take a deep breath in through the nostrils. Pause a moment, lungs full. And then as you exhale, just completely empty the lungs. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. So continuing on your own count and your own rhythm. So if that felt too slow for you, then maybe increase your count. If it felt like, oh, I couldn't quite get my breath, then slow it down a little bit. So really adjusting the count and the rhythm to your own time. Counting silently in your own mind. And let's just stay with that practice for a couple of minutes. Inviting the breath to be smooth like silk. Smooths out our thoughts. Just really watching the inhale and the exhale. A slow, steady rhythm and steadiness of the breath. And if it works for you, at the top of the inhale, just adding maybe a slight pause and then allowing the exhale to release in your 4 counts. Just creating a little bit more space, called a retention of the breath. This intentional holding right at the top where the lungs are full and you can receive the full benefits of the breath and the prana, and then just letting it go. So a few more rounds of samariti with a slight pause at the top of the inhale. And finishing off this last cycle of counting your breath. And then just breathing easily and naturally. You may notice that this practice has slowed down your breathing. It's maybe created a little bit more space, both at the top of the inhale and the end of the exhale. Just noticing the quality of your breath and the energy it points to. And so as we move into our more formal seated practice today, I invite you to take a moment and place your hands on your heart center, right towards the center of your chest. And again, just feel a sense of the breath there, rising and falling of your chest. That sense of the breath creating a little bit more space in your heart center. And take a moment as you sit with your hands on your heart center and bringing to mind or remembering uh, a teacher or a mentor, someone who inspires you, perhaps a spiritual being. And feel into your heart how that makes you feel to be with that person. To be seen by that person. And if it feels right, bring your hands into namaste, into prayer pose. Let's feel a sense of reverence and gratitude for that person. Being grateful. And one of the words in Sanskrit that we use to express gratitude or reverence is Namaha. Namaha. As I name you, I see you, I thank you. And so just having that sense of reverence and gratitude in your heart. If you'd like, you can just gently set your hands back down, but stay with the feeling of gratitude, reverence, devotion. And if you'd like, closing your eyes and repeating Namaha, almost like a mantra. So Nam Ma as you breathe in and Ha as you breathe out. Nam Ma Ha. Repeating that silently in your mind. Your awareness focused in your heart center. And that feeling of reverence and gratitude. And so we'll take that into our meditation. And just sit silently repeating Nam Ma Ha. And see where it takes you. Continuing to breathe softly into your heart center, into that feeling of reverence and gratitude. And you may find that when we begin to cultivate reverence and gratitude focused on just one person or being, it can't be restricted. It begins to grow into an appreciation and reverence for all, including all beings, including the earth, animals, plants. It continues to expand until we are filled with this sense of gratitude and devotion for all. May we all see with the eyes of love and compassion. Namaste.